Good evening, Rustic enjoyers. I hope you're doing alright. It's time for the Rust Workshop skin checks. Yep, right now, as you can see, it's the 28th of November, and over the past weekend, and as of Monday, we saw plenty of very interesting Rust Workshop skin submissions appearing. Get a good look at that. It's a nice little teaser. Now, what are we doing? What's the focus of the video? We're here to identify all potential continuations or collections. Why is this? Well, typically, with future Rust stores, if we see collection continuations being accepted, the pre-existing skins usually spike in demand, spike in price, don't they? So, if we can potentially predict if a collection might continue, we might want to invest into that collection, wait it out, look forward to the likes of the future Rust stores, and if it does happen, we potentially might make some sweet, delicious looking profits. So yes, we're trying to identify potential investments, and usually we use the likes of scmem.app to help visualize, get a good idea if things are going to be alright, or maybe things might be a little bit awkward, and yeah, it's as simple as that. So, before we get started, you're probably wondering, what's this, Hedge? A followed authors list? What's that? Well, if you were to look in the top right corner of this video right now, you'll see a special little card has appeared in the top right corner. See that? If you go click that, it'll navigate you to a video in which you can get yourself properly set up with your own followed authors list. There are different ways you might want to build it up, so the video will present it all to you. But yes, every single week, I have a lovely batch of skins, perfectly, neatly displayed, all here right in front of me. I'm always informed of what's just been uploaded. I'm always prepared to make a quick, investment if the opportunity is there. Makes sense? All good? Right. Right. So let's jump in then. Before we get started, I should just quickly point out TGG has returned to producing videos. As you can see right here, make sure you go ahead and jump in and watch that. And of course, go ahead and take a look at their most recent top picks list. There's a lot of skins there. And I should quickly just point this out. As you can see, we have a Rust store on November 30. We are expected to, of course, have another Rust store on December 7. Yes, if we quickly can click that, there you go, December 7. But I'm pretty sure, 100%, we're going to have Christmas-themed Rust stores for December 14 and December 21, like normal, with what we've seen over the past few years. So, I get the feeling all the skin creators next week are probably going to start uploading Christmas-themed skins. It's not too hard to figure that out. So maybe next week there might not be a Rust Workshop skin checks video. Just point that out, but of course keep an eye on what TGG is producing, because of course he's the official person. He's the one who's curating all the skins and making sure all skins are perfectly fine to be uploaded to the actual game. And those lists, as you can see right here, are actually put towards the likes of Face Punch. So this is why you should always take a look and see what they're producing. Always be informed. Right, so next week you very likely might start seeing the beginning of the Christmas batch. It's expected to be exactly the same as what we just had for Halloween just a couple months ago. One big batch of skins, 2 Rust stores will come out of it. Understood? Right, so, do you think we're all nice and ready now? Are you prepared to hear about all the brand new Rust Workshop skins? Well, gather yourselves, get nice and relaxed, but do remember, we're only going to really make a big fuss about looking at the likes of continuations, okay? So if you're a newer skin creator, you've seen yourself on my list and whatnot, but you notice I don't really show off the skin that much, my focus is the financial perspective, right? I'm not really that much of a showcase. I'm more of a guy trying to identify potential investments. Go take a look at my YouTube. It's not too hard to realise I'm more about, making investments and whatnot. So please understand the difference. But at the end of the day, people can still see your skin among the list. Because, yes, people, if you were to look in the description right now, you'll see a link to this collection right now. You can click it right now and you can listen to the skins as I slowly go through them. You could just do it yourself. I mean, it's up to you. It's your choice. But don't forget to show your support for all the skin creators. Don't forget to consider making a comment if you can. Understood? Shall we jump in? Shall we get started and start talking about the likes of Deployables? So, what do we have first? We have a fridge in the shape of a wooden toilet, a backhouse. Well, somebody wants to... Of course, it's meant to reference that, but yeah. I can see what you're up to there, Chameleon and Yanla. So, pretty goofy start. We got ourselves a nice little wooden toilet fridge. And exactly what we were suggesting back during Halloween. Remember when we had the From Hell fridge being accepted and it did quite a lot of sales? I could foresee that we potentially would see a lot of other skin creators noticing that and wanting to make fridge skins themselves. We've seen plenty of submissions over the past month or so, haven't we? And now we know we're getting a Twitch drop as well. So, funny that, it's weird, isn't it? But yeah, Nice to see a cool creative idea, but let's move on. We got a whole bunch of rug skins. So we got 1, we got 2, we got 3, we got 4, we got 5, we got 6, we got 7, we got 8. I counted too much there. Sorry about that. Right, this is not a door. No, it's actually a rug. It's like Looney Tunes. You try and trick people, they might run into it. But yeah, you can see the goofy idea behind it. Good stuff there, Mr. Viduka. What do we have next? We have a fence rug. Yes, so ever since we saw the likes of the Halloween rug that was accepted, you know, the spider web, that had quite a lot of transparency, didn't it? It was just quite literally a thin web and loads of space could be seen through because it was transparent, basically. Well, from what you can see here, Mr. Fresh has produced his fence rug, and it just quite literally is a big fence, but it's actually a rug. But yeah, lots of transparency. I wonder what the key feature behind that is. But he's not the only one. We also had Kavahu over here with his metal cage rug. So I'll be honest with you, I don't think something like this will be accepted around now. Lo and behold, look at it being accepted next week. But do you understand? Like, I think it was just a one-off. I don't think we're going to see tons and tons of transparent rugs for at least a while. Halloween, or at the very least, holiday-themed rust stores tend to be a bit more lenient. So I don't blame you for trying, but I wouldn't keep like trying over and over and over again. So if it doesn't work this time, maybe leave it for a good several years. Right, so moving on with the likes of the old doormat rug we made by Kazora over here, and yeah, you know, this is fine. That's a natural rug right there. It's nice and welcoming. No pain, no raid. I mean, perfect. I mean, what else do you really need? What else do you really need? So, a very nice, straightforward design. And we also have the likes of the bubble wrap rug right over here. So, hey, you won't hurt yourself then, will you? You'll be nice and safe. Does it make the popping noise when you walk all over it? If this wasn't accepted, I'd like to see Face Punch make their own with that sound effect. Please. So, goofy idea there, Sonder. And then we had the likes of the palm leaves rug. Get a good look at that. So, earlier this year, we had the likes of kelp rug and grass rug. Why not palm leaves? Why not? Why not? Why not? But yeah, pretty cool, straightforward idea. If you happen to like any of these rug skins, feel free to go ahead and jump in and vote yes or no. I don't think I looked at Luminous Stars. Let's go back to here. Yeah, I didn't see this one. My apologies, but I did remember. So Papa Carl with his very, very bright and colourful glow-in-the-dark stars, I believe. It looks like it glows in the dark. Doesn't verify that. You should do that, Papa Carl, just saying. But yeah. So, if you happen to like any of the rugs produced by the likes of Viduka, Fresh, Kavahu, Kazaru, Sonda, Papa Carl, or Sad Happy, please jump in. Please consider offering some nice comments. Please consider voting yes or no if you're a fan of it or not. Scrolling down, what do we have here? A single furnace skin this week, and he's a captain. Very, very cool. Yes, we've got Captain Walrus Furnace right here, produced by the likes of Mr. Universe Kid. I saw this on Twitter, and it seems like a lot of people do appreciate him. Will everything work out for the captain? Well, you've got to go over to here and consider showing your support for him. So, cute little idea there, Mr. Universe Kid. Let's scroll down. What do we have here? A single sleeping bag, but there's two versions. Mr. Holodno, and yep, just by himself solo, has produced this down sleeping bag. It's ever so bright and shiny. It's very reflective. But yeah, squeaky clean looking sleeping bag. It comes in white or green. Which one's your preferred version? Well, please consider showing your support for either of them. Best of luck to you, Mr. Holodno. Down to here we have some storages, small boxes to be precise, and we do see some continuations there, but we'll slowly get to it in a second. First up we have Chris's Worn Tiles wooden storage. Get a good look at this. Not too crazy in terms of its design, but not every single thing needs to be stupidly, insanely coloured and with crazy design. So, for what it is, if you happen to like it, please consider voting yes or no. What do we have right here? Who can say no to lasagna? Huh? Who can say... You know, I respect the attempt. Like, kind of looks like it needs a little bit more tomato to it, but either way, Anubis Dunk, I like your recipe. It looks ever so nice and tasty. Wait, that's the box? Huh? No, it's all good. So yeah, do you like lasagna? Do you want it to be accepted? Are you a cat? Please consider voting yes or no. Right, here we go. First continuation to talk about for this video today. We have the Starry Dream Wood Box. Now, there's not that much to talk about in regards to the collection because there's only one skin if we go back. So here we are on smm.app, the store section, and I'm going to type in Starry Dream because not too long ago we had the Starry Dream AK-47 being accepted. Located right over here. Get a good look at this because this isn't really selling that much. In fact, apparently I'm the one who owns the most. And I will point this out, I bought them for cheaper than $1.
So unfortunately, when you look at the likes of this, you might notice that it isn't really holding up very well. If we can quickly hop over to here, yep, less than $1. It is unfortunately suffering the fate like most AK-47s this year. Far too many of them have been accepted. There's far too many options out there. AK-47s tend to be not very nice investments. It's unfortunate, but when there's always another AK coming out, people don't tend to be very loyal to their AK skins that they purchase. Anyway, looking at the likes of this, I can't really imagine a small box skin is going to magically turn that around. Now, by default, will it potentially go up in price over the course of the next 6 or so weeks once we go through the likes of post-Christmas? I think it might do better, but I don't think it's going to go insanely up in price. So, by default, question was, if we were to see the Starry Dream small box being accepted, would the AK go up in price fairly insanely? I don't think so. If we saw a lot more skins being accepted, yeah, maybe, possibly. At the very least, I should also just quickly point out, this does come in 2 versions. We do have a glow-in-the-dark version right there. Ever so nice looking moon. Very nice and stylish. If you're a fan of this, please consider either voting for the non-glow or the glowing version of the Starry Dream small box. Best of luck to you, Sun Art. And then, what do we have over here? This is the Butterflies wood box. Now, I'm not sure if this is technically a continuation of what Zinx produced before. And I'm actually starting to question it now. So, I don't think it is. I might have made a mistake, but we'll take a look anyway. Do you remember, what was it? It was quite some time back. Fireflies. No, it's not. It's not, because it's Fireflies there and it's Butterflies there. But you can kind of understand the same type of approach with what is done here. So, yeah. Do you remember all of this? Very nice setup. Maybe it's still connected because, of course, when you look at it, it looks very similar. It does look very similar. I think I might have made a mistake here. But hey, it's right there in front of you. If this were to be accepted, will everybody look at the likes of this and think it's still part of the same collection? Probably not, because that's called Fireflies and that's called Butterflies. But yeah, it is made by the same person, so maybe I got a little bit confused, actually, a little bit. But either way, if we were to see more of this potentially being accepted, yeah, you got a deployable collection there. Unfortunately, it did suffer quite badly during the likes of the autumn-fall seasonal dip, but that's only got 71 quantity there on the market at the moment, and well, over the course of 6 weeks, that very likely could easily go back up in price. This only has 33 quantity on the Steam market. Look at this. Right. Hello, what's this? There's hardly anything there. No resistance. Next to no quantity. Could easily rise up in price. But yeah, I don't think that is actually a continuation. So I might have made a bit of a screw up today. My apologies. At the very least, Mr. Zink, you got a bit of a shout out. Sorry to all the other skin creators. My apologies. But at the end of the day, if you happen to like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Awesome. All right, then. So let's scroll down over to here. And what do we see next? We have a very interesting batch of large boxes. Yes. Right, let's go to... wait, hang on a minute. Yeah, well, that is a large box. I thought it was a cash doors. We do have some continuations to show off. But first of all, we have a bit of a theme here. Yes, you might not realise it, but it's Rust's 10th anniversary this December, aka in a few days' time. Yes, Rust originally came out in early access back in December of 2013. It was a much different game back then compared to what it is now. Face Punch over the years have persevered. They've cranked out monthly updates. They've been improving it over time. Again, you might question some of the decisions, but at the end of the day, it is successful. One of the longest surviving sandbox survival games. But yeah, get a good look at that. Very nice. Dark Schneider, Z Skipper, you've produced a very nice, neat little thing right here. Not too insane in terms of its design, but it's a very nice little appreciative piece. You can see little 10s there on the sides. A straightforward neon red design. So if you happen to like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no. What else do we have? We have the likes of Y9J Stone Large Wood Box, which is referencing upcoming content. Yes, for the December 4 swipe, we're going to have some legacy skins being introduced. Basically, skins themed around what we used to have for the old meshes and whatnot, for the old, for example, as you can see here, this is in the mold of the old furnace that we used to have in the game. So that's getting introduced. We're also getting the likes of a legacy shotgun. We're also getting a bow, and I've forgotten the last thing. I keep forgetting the other one. What's the other one? At the shack, but there is another thing, and I can't remember it, and I've screwed up, so my apologies, but you can see what the idea is here. New upcoming content, skin creator notices he makes a skin and theme with that, so that's a normal theme that we tend to see, but as you are aware, J also happens to be the man behind the likes of the Pirate Collection and the recent, quite successful Desert Beast Collection. So at the very beginning of this video, I did mention that it's expected that we're going to be seeing a lot of Christmas submissions next week. I do believe the skin creators are going to have like a maybe a 2-week break after that. So we're probably not going to see any Desert Beast stuff for a while. We'll talk more about that tomorrow during the Abnormals video. But at the end of the day, if you like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, J and 34633. Okay, so Mr. Ideal is back with the likes of his LCD stone storage. Get a good look at this. So again, this is like your third attempt. Yes, I think this is like his third attempt. He's made some storage collection attempts over the course of this year. He's not the only one, don't worry. There's plenty of people. But like, yeah, we haven't had a we haven't had a large box storage collection for quite some time. Since what was it, August 2022? Yeah, that was when Graffiti storage collection finished. Now, Face Punch actually had to kind of like stand up and say, guys, we don't really want any more storage collections for now. Can we please stop? So for a good few months, people stopped. But like at the very beginning of this year, loads of people tried to attempt making more of them again. But like, I don't think Face Punch really stood up and said, hey, let's go make some more. So it's awkward, but hey, it's not like we're seeing tons of it all the time again. So at the beginning of this year, tons of people doing it. And then sporadically it's been happening here and there. And well, Ideal's doing it again. I've got nothing wrong with this. It's just most storage collections that have been accepted recently, Ideal, have something extra special about them that makes something unique for each and every single large box skin. So you need to get that special ingredient. I don't think you have it here. So we'll see what happens next. But if you happen to like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no. Moving on with the likes of the Lightning Rod Large Box. Did I say that right? Lightning Rod Large Box. Yep, sorry. Had a bit of a mumble there, made by Epic. Get a good look at that. Glow in the dark. Very nice, very cool. If you happen to like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Then we have something that might be a little bit questionable. Isvik Zotori. I don't know if this is going to be allowed. It's quite obviously referencing Coca-Cola, and it's using a very similar font. I get the feeling Face Punch wouldn't even want to, like, mess with that. Remember the the Rusty Cola vending machine, and you probably understand why they might just not want to deal with that, okay? Understood? So, yeah, just wanted to say that it's a cool idea. I just kind of not really sure about that, that's all. So, if you like it, you can still show your support of it, but yeah, I don't think that's going to be allowed. Just saying. So moving on, what do we have here? Creepy Chaos Large Wood Box made by Sean Mick and Kasim Tattoo. Quite... What's that? What would you call this theme? Yeah. Graffiti style? Yeah, I guess you could call it that. And it glows in the dark, as you can see. So if you happen to like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no. Then we have a storage... A very notable storage. We have a collection continuation. Yes, right here we have the Neon Vibes Large Wood Box, enamoured with various different neon designs of weapons. Get a good look at that. But best of all, you want to take a look at the likes of this. Yes, as you are aware, we've had the likes of the Garage Door and the Sheepman Door very recently being accepted. And last week I made a big fuss talking about that furnace over there, didn't I? And now we have a large box. So... essentially, on the horizon, could we potentially see this being built up as a lovely looking deployable collection? So let's go over to here. All I got to do is click this, and we have the two doors right here. So this didn't really sell that much. It did 15,700 bare minimum sales, which, you know, that's fine. That's fairly average. But for a collection, that very likely could have a whole lot more coming out. Yeah, the furnace isn't here for some reason. I don't know why. I just want to point that out. Things are looking very optimistic for this, and it's kind of following the footsteps of a certain collection, or rather deployable collection, that got built up towards the end of last year, got a few extra acceptances at the very beginning of this year, and, well, we saw it go up in price ever so nice. I'm referencing the Tempered Collection. So, Tempered Collection, of course, is... quite a lot different because, well, it's got a lot more of skins, it's got clothing, armour, weapons and whatnot. But literally, late last year, we saw the beginning of the Deployable skins for the Tempered collection. And as you can see, we started off with Sheepman Door, then Garage Door, and then, of course, at the very beginning of the year, for the first Rust Door of 2023, we have the large box being accepted, and then next month we saw the likes of the small box being accepted. When this happened, both of these shot up in price insanely, and I'll show it to you right now. So, as we just scroll down a little bit, you might notice it might not be that expensive at the moment, but, give it some time. Maybe it's going to have a very nice post-Christmas. But yeah, look at how it performed at the very beginning of this year. Look what happened. So yeah, there you go. It initially came out November 2022. It did all right, retained its value, sold for like $4, I believe. And then the large box came out and... So, it sits here at about $6. Then that large box comes out during the likes of post-Christmas as well. It almost doubles in price. It sells for about $11. This enjoyed the collection continuation ever so much. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Then you take a look at the likes of the Garage Door over here. Come on, don't be shy. There you go. Right now it's selling for about $9. Yep, just over. Well, actually, technically speaking, most of them seem to be selling for $10. But anyway, we're here to look at the history. What do you see here? Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. So what do you see here? Yep, same thing. When that large box was accepted, this was selling for about, at the very beginning of January, it's selling for about $8 to $9. Then the large box appears. It goes all the way up to about $20. Yep. So why did I specifically reference the likes of these two skins here? Well, if you look at the sales they had, 14,000 bare minimum sales for the Garage Door, 16,900 bare minimum sales for the Sheepman Door. It's actually kind of lining up quite nicely in comparison to the Neon Vibes. Garage Door didn't sell that much, fairly same to the amount of the likes of what we saw of the Tempered Garage Door. And this, well, it looks like it's going to sell less than the Tempered Sheepman Door. So what do you think? If we see the likes of the Furnace, if we see the likes of that large box being accepted, what do you reckon might happen? And what happens if that potentially was accepted after Christmas, which technically could happen? Because we will have a normal Rust Door this week, this Thursday. We'll have a normal Rust Door for December 7, I'm assuming. We'll have 2 Christmas Rust Doors, but the last Rust Door of the year will be, technically it's going to be New Year's themed, but it's just a regular Rust Door. So, yeah. It'll have fireworks in that Rust Door. So, do you reckon we might potentially see this over the course of the next 3 normal, non-Christmas themed Rust Doors? Well, what do you think? And what do you think the reaction will be like? So, again, things look quite alright there. But in terms of investing, yes, I do expect things to work out very nicely for the likes of the Neon Vibes collection. If we do see the likes of either the Furnace or the large box being accepted, things are looking very optimistic because of that. Very, very interesting. Yes. However, I should just quickly point this out. If you like it, please consider voting yes or no. Diaz, you've been very successful over the past few months. Keep up the good work. But you do have competition. Yes, you do. Because what else do we have? That's also a large box skin. We have the Frontier Rustic large box. Yes. So, somewhat recently, we've seen the likes of a transparent Sheepman Door being accepted. We've had the likes of a transparent Garage Door being accepted. We did see your wooden door being submitted last week. Wasn't instantly accepted, was it, Morphus? But what do we have right here in front of us? We have a Frontier Rustic themed large box. Now, I must also point this out. It is expected that the Frontier building skin is actually going to be released for December Force Wipe. Actually, technically speaking, it will be next week. So yeah, next week. So, do you reckon we might see some Frontier themed skins being accepted due to that? What do you reckon? But I should also point out with the Frontier Decor pack, we had the barrels, and the barrels were an alternative to the large boxes. Kind of feels a bit odd to have a skin for the pack that was technically bringing in an item to replace the large boxes, but whatever. So at the end of the day, let's go over and take a look at the likes of the Frontier Rustic doors. Here we are. Oh wow, it's down by 9%, but there's a good reason behind that. So these are struggling a little bit. That's a bit unfortunate, but I should quickly hop over to here and point something out. So I produced this video last week, and I made a big fuss about certain expected Twitch rival skins that are going to be appearing in a couple weeks' time. Notably, there's a Garage Door that very likely could be accepted that will be given away for free, and it has transparency, glows in the dark, but the transparency is at head height. So there's a very good chance that the likes of the recent see-through mesh garage doors are going to suffer because of this. And, you know, that's not too hard to understand, is it? So why would people want to buy the likes of something that came out recently when they can just get that for free, for example? So consider watching this video if you'd like. It's very informative in regards to the things that you need to be prepared for. If these skins are going to be 100% be the Twitch drops, we'll talk more about that towards the end of this video. But with what we see here, yeah, the doors are down a fair bit. If we were to see the likes of either of these skins being accepted, yes, I would feel optimistic that with a deployable collection being built up even stronger, the likes of those two doors right there very likely will be rising up in price ever so nice. So when we had the likes of this being accepted, do you remember this went up to about like $5? That was cool. But yeah, struggling a little bit now. But I should also point out, there's only like, well, there's no quantity. There's only 47 here. And then you look at this one, and this has like 60. So, you know, post-Christmas time, by default, that's still going to go up in price. Now, again, you're probably going to point out again, but what about that garage door you literally just talked about? Even then, I could still see it go up in price. I just don't imagine it's going to go up in price insanely. So, if it looks cheap now, well, maybe it's a good time to jump in and consider buying it, because it could still work out as a very nice investment. The choice is up to you, but yes, deployable collection, this will flourish because of that. Will it go that high? Not sure, but at the very least, the sheet metal door is very unique by itself, so that would still do all right. But the garage door, maybe not so much. So, yeah, I've put out a lot of words there. Consider watching the video I just showed you a second ago, and you'll get all the context and understand why we were a fair bit worried. So, back over to here. If you happen to like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Morphus. Let's go take a look at the likes of these doors. Starting off with the likes of wooden doors, we have Lecramp with his Frontier-themed wooden doors, and then we have RAF's Legacy wooden door, and Domch's Hedgehog door. Right, so get a look at this. Lecramp has produced this wooden door, supposed to be perfectly in line with the likes of the expected Frontier building skin. That should be out next week. It's a wooden building skin, by the way, just to keep you all informed. So a wooden door for a wooden building skin, that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? So that will probably work out very nicely for him. I should also point out there is, of course, a transparent version that you can see right here. That looks nice. If you happen to like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Lecramp. And then, of course, we have the Legacy wooden door. So again, in theme with the old designs. There's not much to it, is there? But hey, that's what old Rust was like. It wasn't super flashy. So if you happen to like this approach, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, RAF. And then over to here, we have the Hedgehog door. So this one was accidentally called Hedgehog. I see. What makes this one different compared to the other? Oh, this one's a bit darker, this one's a bit brighter. It doesn't look like this glows or anything, so if you happen to like the design, if you like what you see for either one of them, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Domcha. Also, real quickly, how do I pronounce your name? I don't fully know. If I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, for any of you skin creators, if I'm pronouncing your names incorrectly, please consider telling me how to pronounce it properly. I do want to try. Okay, cool. We also had the likes of this Viking hut wooden door. I almost forgot it, but it was a very late... don't worry, I'm showing it. Here you go. So, Viking hut wooden door. This was made by Shaq and Radis Tavoya. Yep, very nice, very cool. Doesn't glow in the dark, but the torches next to it definitely help it out a lot, doesn't it? So, if you like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no. Right, now we're on to sheet metal doors. So, got quite a lot here. Yep. Alright, here we go. Chinook sheet metal door. This is the glass window version made by OneSQ. Get a good look at that. We also have a version, different version over here. Get a good look at this. Right, so is that transparent? Can you see through that? Hang on a minute. Yes, this one's transparent. This one is not. Okay, I see. Right, so, do you want to see another sheet metal door with transparency? Please consider voting yes or no for likes of this Chinook sheet metal door. This one with the glass tag is transparent, but this one over here is not. Cool. Then we had the likes of the Bank Vault door. This right here is produced by the likes of, I think this week we can call you Hank. Hank has produced the Bank Vault door with Mr. JJ. Get a good look at this. Very nice. Very cool design. Very good for role players potentially if you want to pretend you're hoarding loot. So if you're a fan of that, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, JJ and Hank. Then we have, Then we have Safe Room Sheet Metal Door. Again, very similar in theme. This happens a lot. Don't be surprised by that. There's only so many ideas that skin creators can think of, and considering this game's had skins for about 8 years, it's bound to overlap each other and whatnot. But yeah, do you like what you see here? Basically the same design of what we just saw a minute ago. If you like it, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Voodoo. Then we have the Ethereum Relic Sheet Metal Door. It looks like it's barely holding up all of that rubble. Looks a little bit dangerous. If you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Chimmy Tedeschi and Nullfoot. Then we have the glow-in-the-dark version of what they've just produced there. So, hey, maybe that one stands out a little bit better towards the likes of what you just saw. So, again, if you like it, please consider voting yes or no for these two. Then over to here, we have... Oh, no, I thought it was a door. I had to clean that up. Oh, no. I must have accidentally put it in the wrong... Yeah, well, clearly... All right, well, there's a tool cupboard large pot. No, damn it. Oh, crap. Right, well, I have to clean that up. My apologies about that. Jeeba, I guess we saw more of your skin than by accident, but hey, if you like what you see here, it is a storage in reference to the likes of the tool cupboard. If you like what you see there, please consider voting yes or no, but yeah, I put that in the wrong spot. Oops. I have to fix that. Oh dear, come on, Hedge. This is what happens when there's tons of submissions. I try my best to keep it all organised, but mistakes happen, and I apologise for that. My apologies. By the time you're watching this video, it will be cleaned up. So there's so many people that are going to think, Hedge, you skipped a skin. Oh, no, not really. Right, here you go. Mr. WAGN and Mr. Gunya have produced this pop art sheet metal door. It glows in the dark. Do you like what you see? Please consider voting yes or no. Then we have Cthulhu's Lair door. Looks very sinister, quite scary. It does glow in the dark. Do you like what you see? Best of luck to the likes of you, Mr. Debski and Fanaquela. Please consider voting yes or no. Then we have the Tree of Life door. This is made by NFN. Oh, we have a little gif here showing it off. Yep. Do you like what you see there? Are you a fan? Did you play Elden Ring? Please consider voting yes or no. You might appreciate it. Then we're going to scroll down over to the likes of some garage doors, and then we only have a single armored door, and then we're done, I believe. Awesome. Right. Okay, so anniversary garage doors. So Mr. Slanosta, obviously realising that it's going to be the 10th anniversary of Rust next week, he's gone ahead and made a transparent glow-in-the-dark special garage door right here. Look at that. Whoa, okay, that might have a little bit too much transparency, but hey, it's up to Face Punch. They've been very lenient recently. Maybe they'll like it. Maybe they'll approve of it. So if you happen to like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no. As you can see, it does glow in the dark. So, yep, it's up to you. Slanosta, you're pushing it. So, moving on, what do we have? We have a Hell Demon garage door right here, made by Upo and Hyper Monster. Get a good look at that. So, of course, you just saw it glow in the dark. If you like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no. What do we have here? It's the Infection garage door. We've got a bit of a gif here. You can see it both in normal lighting and glow in the dark. This is very useful. Thank you very much for that, Risato. If you happen to like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no. Then we have the Gecko garage door. There it is during the normal daylight. Here it is at night time. Very bright and in your face. Do you like geckos? Please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Humpty. And, oh, that's the same one, sorry. Yeah, I accidentally clicked it twice. I realised that. Mr. Robstar this week has produced his Doom garage door. I do believe it's meant to reference the type of environmental art you'd see in the likes of Doom. Doom 3, maybe? Does it? Yeah. You could have written it down and say this is where I got the idea from. But at the end of the day, it's very grisly. It's got blood all over it. Does that look cool to you? Well, it's up to you. Please consider voting yes or no. I don't think this glows in the dark. It doesn't look like it. I'm not sure. Is that glow or is that light being shone onto it? There's nothing pointing it out, so I don't know. Awkward, I know. But yeah, if you like it, please consider voting yes or no. Then we have a continuation to talk about. Quite some time back, we did see the likes of the Moon Furnace being accepted. Well, Mr. Kelmer Legend has decided to produce a sequel right here in front of you. And as you can see, we also have a glow-in-the-dark version. Let's get a good look at this. Yep. It's somewhat bright, but it's not too bright. Do you like what you see here? consider voting yes or no. But let's go take a look at that furnace, and let's go see if the moon furnace would greatly benefit if we saw another deplorable skin being accepted. Here it is, and how's it? Oh my god, it's not holding up very nicely. And apparently I'm the one who's bought them the most, so there you go. But remember, in most instances, I'm buying everything a lot cheaper than the one it's sold for in the Rust store. And what you can see here is this is currently selling for 87 cents American. There's only 29 quantity on the Steam market, and there's next to no quantity. If you were to ask me, Hedge, well, if we saw that garage door being accepted, what might potentially happen to the moon furnace? I would sit here and say I could see the likes of that actually getting a bit of a spike in demand. I'm not sure if you'd see that many sales, but there's only so many of it on the Steam market. Like, there's only 29 quantity. It's not really something I'd actively chase after. And at the end of the day, I already got some. I already got like 27 of them. But, like, yeah, there's hardly anything there. No resistance. You might be able to make a quick flip profit, but you're not looking like... I can't imagine that would go to the moon. But you get what I mean. I can't really imagine it's going to spike in price that high that it's going to be super worth investing into. So, personally, I'd avoid it. Yes, you might sit and say, just so you can make all the sales. Well, at the end of the day, you'd have to buy it now and then you probably wouldn't have time to sell it. Whatever. At the end of the day, I don't think we're going to be seeing that much profit. I don't think it's going to really move anywhere. So, yeah, all good. But at the end of the day, like I said, if you still happen to like the idea of having a big moon garage door, please consider voting yes or no for either the non-glow or the glowing version. Best of luck to you, Mr. Kelmo Legend. Then we have only one armoured door to make a big fuss about this week. Get a good look at this. Souvenir armoured door. One side, you can see the nice, happy face mask guy. On the other, the hazmat guy. Or which side do you prefer? Well, feel free to comment down below. But yep, this is, of course, the same skin. Get a good look at that. It's, what is it? Is it money? Souvenir drawer is dedicated to 10th anniversary. Oh, yeah, okay. So again, sorry. How did I don't know? Of course, it's another 10th anniversary skin. Duh. Right, so Eros. It's a souvenir banknote. That's what it's supposed to reference. Initially, I thought it was Monopoly money. Okay, at the end of the day, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. 10th anniversary is next week. Rust is getting quite old, but we still enjoy it, and we still love the pixels. So with that was the final deplorable skin, and don't forget there's also a glow-in-the-dark version right there. Please consider voting yes or no if you're a fan of these skins. Best of luck to you, Eros. That was the final deplorable skin of the week. Which one was your favourite? Which one do you reckon has the best chance of potentially being accepted? Feel free to go comment below. And yeah, all good. Right. And again, once again, my apologies with that being there. I mean, you know, when you zoom out, it looked like a door. So I obviously kind of got it all mixed up. I screwed up. So I'll fix that by the time you watch the video. We're going to take a quick break. Then we're going to jump in and talk about the likes of the weapons and the tools. Okay, right. So yeah, we're going to be seeing quite a lot more 10th anniversary skins in a bit and whatnot. But in terms of the pace, yeah, it's still quite a fair bit long. Maybe I just have to outright not look at every single skin. You know, I'm trying to put an effort in, trying to be fair, showing a picture of every single skin. Well, if I keep doing it, it's still going to be a very long video, so it's still a bit awkward. I'm trying my best to be fair to everyone. But, yeah, maybe I just have to just be more direct and say, look, I'm just wanting to talk about what potentially is going to be a nice investment. I'm an investing channel, so awkward, I know, but hey, why don't we go jump in and start talking about the likes of the weapons and the tool skins. So we got the Donut Rock, the 10th anniversary Donut Rock, we got a 10th anniversary Rust Cake, and then we got an Aqua Rock. Let's go take a look at these. Right, what do we have here? Mr. Tajima with a video, it seems. Can we make it Oh, God, I've gone somewhere. All right, there you go. Didn't want to go all the way over there. Just want to stay here. I like being here. Come on in. Play that video. Get a good look at this ever so nice, succulent looking, drippy icing cake. Yes, it's a rock. If you take a bite out of it, you'll break your teeth. It will hurt a lot. But I should also point out there is this alternate version with a 10 written on it seems. Yep. A 10th anniversary Donut Rock. If you happen to like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Tajima. However, we do have another 10th anniversary rock right here. It is the anniversary Rust Cake made by the likes of Mr. Zvonsper. Get a good look at this. Very nice, very cool. Been seeing quite a lot of these, but there will be more. There will be more. So yeah, best of luck to you, Zvonsper. If you happen to like this instead, please consider voting yes or no. Then we have the likes of Bear Trip and Hulk's Aqua Rock version 2. Now, this does glow in the dark. We don't have any images showcasing that, unfortunately, but take their word for it, I guess. Yep, very nice, very cool. If you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Let's go take a look at this continuation. Right, so we got DreamWorks Face UAP Pilot Hammer. Yep, the UAP Pilot collection has been getting quite a lot of skins for quite some time. Now, for the longest time, they didn't really have that much quantity. Let's go take a look now. Satchel Charge is only 33 on the Steam market. Sleeping Bag has only 43 on the Steam market. The Sheet Matador has 75, and the UAP Pilot Furnace has 39. Remember what I always say, on average, every single Rust skin on the Steam market should have around 100 quantity on average, but with the likes of all of these skins, it's actually very low listings. Not sure what's up, but hey, maybe not everybody feels, in the mood to sell at the moment. Of course, things will very likely change in about 6 weeks' time, when of course the demand will be increasing with the expected player count increasing back again. Here we have 4 skins to take a look real quickly, but like I said, very low listings on all of them. 75 here is not as bad, but even then it's not that far off from rising up in price. So yes, if I were to sit here and say, with a new skin potentially being accepted, what might potentially be the response? I could see the likes of the UAP Pilot Collection probably getting a bit of a boost. However, take a look at all the skins that we've had. We've got 3 Deployables, and then we've got randomly a Satchel Charge. And then randomly we'll have a Hammer. So we'll have a tool, an explosive, and then 3 Deployables. It's a bit all over the place. But I can't help but think that with such low quantity, and with many people returning to play the game in about a month or so, I think this collection will be getting a bit of interest. And even just a bit will do quite enough because, of course, as I just showed you, we don't have that much quantity of these skins on the Steam market. There's next to no resistance. There's next to no quantity wars. It will rise up pretty easily. It's up to you. Maybe you don't think, maybe I'm not going to make that much profit out of it. Fair enough. I don't blame you if you think like that. I can kind of see that as well. So it's up to you what you do next. But a Hammer skin by default, that would be a very nice welcome addition because we have not had a marketable Hammer skin in how long? Must be about 1.5 years at least. Yes, the last marketable Hammer skin to be accepted in a Rust store was the Toxic Hammer all the way back at the very beginning of March in 2022. And it's very weird because you're constantly using a hammer. I don't know. It's weird. It's strange, but that's face punch. So, so at the end of the day, if you happen to like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no for the likes of Little Ranger and Grumo Katarina's UAP Pilot Hammer. Let's go to... Oh, we've got another. Can I not have a break? Right, Mr. Verona with his Soulless Legion Salvage Sword. Whoa, oh, that looks pretty cool. Now, pretty much all the most recent Salvage Sword skins to be accepted have had some form of transparency. And Mr. Verona here, utilising the very cool gold trim design that we've seen in all the previous skins, utilised in such a way with the transparency, does look very cool. The gold sheen there, that looks nice. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at all of the other images real quickly. That's nice, that's cool. So, we should actually go ahead now and show off the recent Soulless Legion skins. We only have 2, and that's a bow and a crossbow. And I'm just going to immediately say the answer, no, I don't think this is going to be a good investment. If we do see the sword being accepted, we're going to have a collection that only consists of weapons. And typically, by default, that's not good. That the vast majority of collections that only consist of weapons, weapon skins, they don't perform well. They don't hold their value. They don't really do much. And a new weapon, is that going to change much? No, it doesn't really change much. The only exceptions are what we've seen this year, for example, would be the likes of Chameleon Collection and, of course, Redemption Collection. They're very nice and shiny. They look nice. They're very cool. Great to put on the likes of a weapon rack. But it just doesn't seem like people care too much about the Soulless Legion stuff, unfortunately. I did have a few people stand up when they were in the Rust stores and they said, I do like this, it looks very cool. Well, the vast majority of people don't seem to think that way, which is awkward. Yeah, anyway, so no, I don't think we have an investment here. We're going to have to move on. But at the end of the day, if you like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Verona. Okay, here we go. We got some tools. And then we have an Ioka, a revolver, And then we got a continuation right there. So, first up, we got the Legacy Stone Hatchet and Stone Pickaxe. Yep, get a good look at this. This is made by Lottie and Lottie Jr. We only have 2 pictures to take a look at. But once again, it seems to be referencing, with what you can see right there, the upcoming Legacy Furnace. The stone formations, very reminiscent of what we see here in design for the Legacy Furnace. So, if you happen to like that, and, well, if you appreciate it, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Lottie and Lottie Jr. Then we have the Ruby Ioka right here. Yeah, I mean, that's quite literally it. It's just called the Ruby Ioka, and that's the image. And one quick look there, and if you like it, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, yes I am. Then we have the Desert Sunset Revolver. That's it on one side. That's it on the other. That's it. Mr. Kicker, best of luck to you. If you happen to like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no. And accidentally clicked it twice. Right, here is the Energy 3000 Python made by Quicker and Moderno. Get a good look at that. Aim down the sight. Guys, remember, you need to add pictures of you aiming down the sight. It quite literally is a rule, and everybody seems to neglect it. Right, well, if you like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no. And here we have a continuation to talk about, because very recently we saw the likes of the Pixel Decay LR300 randomly being accepted, and we now need to consider whether the likes of this potentially being accepted would cause the LR300 to go up in price. By default, I will sit here and say no, because it's only consisting of weapons, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. So, how long ago was that Pixel? It was 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? There you go. Nope, it was literally the previous week. Very awkward timing. However, it's doing quite alright at the moment. What gives? Well, I do believe someone jumped in and bought out all the stock like a week ago. That did happen. Hardly any quantity on the Steam market. Buy orders are still barely... Not a single buy order above $1. So I don't think there's any genuine interest here. But like I said, someone did jump in and buy out some stock, so... It didn't sell that much. Maybe at some point it potentially gets manipulated. Probably. Only 5,500 bare minimum sales. Awkward. But, no, by default, is there actual interest? No. But who knows? Over the course of the next few weeks, maybe it gets manipulated. Maybe it's suddenly selling for $10, but that would be a successful manipulation. So, if we were to see a Python being accepted, would we see that much change for the likes of this? No. No, we wouldn't. Again, it's a weapon-only collection then, and by default, no. And this didn't sell that much. You can clearly see there's no demand for it. I don't think the Python would make that much of a difference. So, awkward, but it is what it is. So, yeah, we got that all nice and understood. Right, so if you still like it, at the end of the day, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. McQuarrie. Scrolling down a little bit more, we do have the likes of even more continuations to talk about. Non-stop continuations. We got custom SMGs. We have 2 collection continuations to talk about. First up, we have the Soulless custom SMG. Get a good look at this. This is made by Mr. Delaroy. Very nice, very cool. Don't get your fingers too close to it. It might bite you. Ouch, ouch, ouch. We have 2 versions. The second version, as you can see right here, is a short custom, no stock at the back. So very nice and very, very cool. So what's happened here? Seems you got a bit of a blur there. Right. So we recently saw the likes of the it's just the revolver, isn't it? No, because we had the SAR as well. Yes. No, wait, brain, what? There you are. Sorry. Sorry. Okay, so at the end of the day, again, another instance of it's a weapon-only collection. Revolver's doing alright, it's a revolver. That's a whole different story. That SAR has only just come out, not selling that much. Awkward, I know. It might do alright because it's not selling that much, but the awkwardness is I'm not really sure people care. If it's not selling that much, then the interest probably isn't there. I can't really judge just from the revolver, because revolvers are a special case in their own right. Like, we hardly ever see them being accepted. They do get a lot of usage, so that was always destined to have a pretty decent time ahead of it. But yeah, it's awkward. I don't really think buying out these is going to really make that much of a difference. So yeah, it's not really something I would pursue, unfortunately. So, awkward, I know, but it is what it is. So, if you happen to like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Delaroy. But we do have this skin right here, and this one's different. Like I said, literally about 2 minutes ago, the only like collections that are special in terms of being a full collection of weapons and whatnot would be the likes of the Chameleon collection and the Redemption collection. And what do we have right here? It is the Chameleon Custom SMG. Now, I'll give you a look at that sheen. Look at that coloration. Wow. The holographic detail. It looks ever so nice, ever so bright, and it very likely will be bought out and displayed just like that with what we just saw there over the course of the next few weeks when loads of people return to play the game. Let's start talking about the Chameleon collection. Go take a look at this whole collection. Now, still at this given moment in time, all Rust skins are still not at their best. Most of them are improving. At the very least, you can see some of these skins are in the positive. Have they reached their peak? Of course not, of course not. But we have a collection here that only consists of weapons, and then they're all dramatically down in price. This collection as a whole, as it grows, the more investment we see into it, the more interest it gets. So, from what you just saw in the video, having them all nice and on display on the weapon rack, as you move across it, all the nice holographic sheen looks ever so nice. Great collection to put on the likes of the weapon racks. A lot of people who haven't played for quite some time, I do believe, just missed out on the release of the likes of the weapon rack. So, when they all return to play the game and they see what it is and they want to flex something, what very likely would be picked out to be the ultimate flexing collection, I would say it's in between the likes of, well, from the skins this year, it's going to be between Redemption and Chameleon. Of course, you might have the likes of Full Blackout and whatnot, but yeah, Tempered's another good one, who was, also made by Mr. Milho Frito right over here. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that custom SMG would be a perfectly fine addition. By default, all of these skins that you see here, they would be very nice investments. I'm not sure if it's going to go insane. I just expect it to do better, all right? So if you've got some spare money and you're more than happy to go spend some of it, Chameleon skins are probably perfectly fine. Wouldn't say no. So I expect some pretty nice sales for likes of those. But at the moment, it's still fairly down. But that means, there's still an opportunity to jump in and make some investments. It's up to you, people. It's up to you. So, yep, very nice, very cool. If you like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no for Mr. Milho Frito's Chameleon Custom SMG. Right, scroll down a little bit more. What do we have? Slime MP5, Impetus MP5, Carbon Honey MP5, Starship MP5, MP5 Jubilee, Multi-Property Thompson, and Thompson Perch. So, get a look at this. This is made by Alex Valera Work. It's a very pinkish... Boy, did you just dip it in paint? Where's the aim down the sight image? Where's the aim down the sight image? I don't see it, so... Looks like that. It appears to be a normal coloured sight with a bit of red there. I can't verify that because we don't have a proper picture. Alex Valera Work, aim down the sight image. It's needed. It's a rule, okay? So you're not the only one at the very least, but please consider adding it for future weapons. Next up, we have the likes of Impetus MP5. There you go. That's what I need. Right, perfect. So just a normal black aim sight. Yep, that's perfectly fine. Cool looking design. Do you like what you see here? Please consider voting yes or no for Mr. Slivkeys Impetus MP5. Next up, we have the Carbon Honey MP5 right here. Aim down the sight. What do we see? A useful orange aim sight. Yes. Get a Google of that. It's made by Mr. Confusion. If you like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no. Then we have the Starship MP5 immediately. There we are. Is that a very nice bright golden aim sight right there? Very nice, very cute. Made by Mr. Shaft. If you like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no. Next up, we have the MP5 Jubilee 10th anniversary skin. Again, we're going to keep seeing these. So, yeah, very nice, very cool. Aim down the sight. Mr. Dragflad, come on. We need you to do it. It looks like it has a red aim sight there. Okay, there you go. You can vaguely see it, but you should still have an aim down the sight image. Just saying. So, if you happen to like it, please consider voting yes or no. Then we have the Multi-Property Thompson. So, what was it last time? You had an AK, wasn't it? Yeah, we had the AK. So, from what you can see here, it starts off with wood, then it goes to stone, then it goes to sheet metal. Cool idea. Yep. So, if you're a fan of this approach, please consider voting yes or no for Mr. Yaz Multi-Property Thompson. Then we have the Thompson Perch. I do believe it's in reference to the perch fish. I think so. Made by Hashaki. Get a good look at that. No aim down the sight image. Unbelievable. Right, guess we're going to move on then. We got a SAR there, we got 2 LR300s, and then plenty of AKs and then an M249. Here we go. So, look at him. Right, okay, so again, in reference to upcoming content, we got a Frontier training SAR. Did cowboys have wooden guns like this? I don't think so. Spinoza, what is this? Alright, it's cool, it's silly, it's goofy, and it's in reference to upcoming content. Next week we will see the Frontier building skin being introduced. If you like what you see here, if you think it's goofy, if you think that's just perfectly fine for me, please consider voting yes or no for Spinoza's Frontier Training SAR. Then we have the Cobalt Cyclone LR300 produced by Mystic Avency. There's not much else to say, so please consider voting yes or no if you like it. There we have the King Cobra. Get a good look at this GIF. Oh yeah, there you go. Take a look at that. I'm going to take a quick drink. So that looks pretty cool. All nice and white with gold trim. Very cool. And you've got this snake all over it. Yes. That looks cool. Aim down the sight. Where might that be? It's over here. And it has a useful red aim sight. If you're a fan of what you see here, please consider voting yes or no for Mr. Xenon's LR300 King Cobra. Now we have the AK-47s, Lysant and Cobra, have produced the backdoor AK-47. Apparently it's a rework. Doesn't have a stock. If you like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no. It does... Oh, isn't there supposed to be 2 versions? Did I skip one? There is a second version. There you go. Right, I was looking for it. At least I remembered. Yeah, there's a second version here. So, yep, if you prefer the red alternative, please consider voting for that. Or if not, consider voting for the green one. All good? Let's move on. Right, now we have the Hell Sheep AK-47. This is made by Jenna Croco, a more recent skin creator. This looks pretty scary, a bit gnarly, a bit strange, but if that's the type of skin you'd like to see, please consider showing your support. Please consider voting yes or no. There we are, aimed on the sight, but it's, green aim sight. Okay, that's cool, thank you very much. Right, so if you're a fan, please consider voting yes or no. Next up, we have the Serpent Gaze AK-47. This is made by Mr. Wildcat. That's a pretty cool looking approach. So scaly. Ooh, right, yeah. Serpent Gaze AK-47. Aim down the sight. What do you see? Normal black aim sight, but at the end of the day, that's perfectly fine. Nice and default. So if you like what you see there, please consider voting yes or no. Next up, we have a Gold Arabesque AK-47 factory new. Now it's a Gold Eclipse AR made by Mr. PYH. Yes. But come on. He got that from CS2. You stole it. You bought it from. You pulled it and snuck it into Rust. Alright, cool. At the end of the day, if you'd like a very nice golden Arabesque AK-47... No, I'm joking. It's a Gold Eclipse AR. Please consider voting yes or no. Aim down the sight. Where might that be? There we are. And what's the colour of the aim sight? It is a very useful red. Perfection. Well done there. Best of luck to you, Mr. PY Hedge. Please consider voting yes or no if you happen to like it. Then we have a continuation. It's the last weapon/tool skin to show off. Mr. Duck has returned to his copper collection. So, number 1, we don't really see that many M249s being accepted. On average, we see like 4 being accepted each year. Now, earlier this year, we're making a bit of a joke in regards to M249s because they tend to be accepted every season, but this year kind of broke that because we had the likes of the... Actually, no. Is August still part of the summer? It is, isn't it? So, basically, spring, summer, not really autumn. And if we had... the likes of this copper M249 being accepted, it would be, winter. But anyway, copper collection, that's what we need to talk about. Copper collection. Right, so this was first initially accepted back in 2022. I quite literally made a video showcasing the slow acceptance of all the core pieces. Consider giving that a watch. It's in my Rust Economy 101 playlist. Now, earlier this year, we saw the likes of the AK and the L96 being accepted. When we saw the AK being accepted, we did actually see some of the copper collection skins getting bought out. It only happened for one day, but I have seen that happen before. If we were to see an M249 being accepted, would that work out very nicely for the rest of this collection? It's not really something I'd fully go all in on. It's not something I'd be 100% sure of. I don't really think it's going to make that much of a difference. At the end of the day, If people like this collection, it will be bought out during the likes of January. Will it go up insanely? I don't really think so. But the main question is, if this M249 were to be accepted in the next Rust store, what would likely happen to this? I think you might see a few people buy into it now, but I just don't really think it's going to make that much of a difference. I don't think there's an investment there. But at the end of the day, if you're dressed up as a policeman, there you go. Now you know. Consider buying it and using it during the likes of December and January. There's a lot of naughty kids out there and they need to be punished. Right, with the likes of that, best of luck to you, Mr. Duck. If you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. And that was the final weapon/tool skin of this video. Which one was your favourite? Which one do you reckon has the best chance of potentially being accepted? Feel free to comment below, and we'll take a quick break, and then we'll move on to talking about all the clothing and armour of this week. Whew. So it's a lot more straightforward there. Seems we're at the hour mark. If I could do this quite quickly, I could probably wrap this up in about 15 to 20 minutes, which would be okay, it would be okay. And at the end of the day, I'm always pointing out in the description, I didn't say it for this video. Oh, damn it. Chapters. People would know, hopefully. Oh, no. Okay, oh well. God. I've only just realised that now, an hour in. Alright. Okay, let's get this all nice and ready. Right then, people, so let's jump in. Let's start talking about those clothing and armour pieces. Which of these potentially might be a continuation? Let's go find out. First up, we have the Bounty Hunter set. This is a bandana and a hide poncho combination made by Hermit. Get a good look at that. Very nice, very cool. And then you have the likes of the poncho here. If you happen to like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Hermit. And what do we see right here? Hay collection skins, yes. Over the past month, we've seen the likes of the small box being accepted, and we've seen the likes of the, quite literally this past week, the sleeping bag. So what we're going to do is going to go over to here, look at the current week, look at the hay collection, and start making some considerations. So, small box. There's not that much of it that was bought. There's not that much of it currently listed on the Steam market. Looking at the hay sleeping bag at the moment, it's a Tuesday. There's still 2-ish more days of this Rust store being available. That's only sold just over bare minimum 8,000 sales. This collection doesn't seem to be doing super crazy. Not to say, like, I mean, most skins aren't really selling that much, so we'll give you that context. If you were to see the clothing being accepted, could you see the likes of those two deployable skins having a bit of a spike in demand? I kind of get the feeling the sleeping bag might do quite alright in the future for roleplay purposes. Small box, maybe. But like clothing only made out of hay? I think that could work out very well. Oh, straw hat. Not hay though. Oh. Well, number one, don't go near a tree with that. Stay away, man. No one will get the reference. Anyway, so, I don't know. I don't think clothing's going to make that much of a difference. This hasn't, the hay storage here, you can clearly see this was accepted this past week, yeah? This didn't budge. Right, this didn't budge. It had hardly any quantity in the Steam market. This didn't budge. I just don't think there's that much interest in this at the moment. But that's the storage. I can't really talk about the likes of the sleeping bag. Again, it's not currently marketable, so awkward. But yeah, it doesn't. I don't feel super confident in it, so I'm not going to really go near it. If that makes sense to you. So best to just kind of stay away from that. Sounds good? So at the end of the day, if you like what you see here, if you'd like to see a whole lot more hay deployables, if you'd like to see a full hay primitive collection, please consider voting yes or no for Michael and CD's hay Boonie Hat and Poncho. Yep. All right. I'm not surprised to see that this finally happened. I made jokes about this, but you know how we've been seeing a lot of transparent jackets? Shedmon actually went ahead and made a superhero cape. I must have mentioned it in a video before, but I fully believe this was eventually going to happen. I must have mentioned it when I first saw the Berserker cloak jacket finally being accepted, but yeah, I thought this was either going to happen as a future submission, or at the very least, a streamer skin. So yes, what you have here is actually a Vagabond jacket. A jacket skin, if you will, yes. And yeah, it doesn't look like he's wearing one, does he? So yeah, superhero cape. Do you like what you see here? Now, it's not going to behave like a cape, like a vampire cape, with what we just had during the likes of Halloween. It will not really move. It will just kind of be always stuck to your back. You got a very sweaty back. I don't think it smells bad, but yeah, if you like what you see there, I mean, hey, feel free to jump in. Feel free to type, vote yes or no. Shedman, I'm not hating it. It's just, I'm not sure. I think this kind of steps a little bit too far. I don't know. What do you reckon? Is it too silly? Is it too ridiculous? Like, you quite clearly cannot tell he's wearing a jacket if you only look at the front. So, I said the same thing in regards to the Berserker cloak jacket. Still was accepted. But, that was accepted as a most wanted skin. So, wasn't it like it was accepted immediately? Anyway, at the end of the day, if you like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no. We shall see what happens next. But it certainly is goofy. You can finally be Homelander. So, yeah. Right, we have some hoodie and pants to talk about. And we do have a continuation to talk about, yes. So, first up, we have the medieval hoodie and pants. Get a good look at this. Very nice, very cool. It's not too crazy in terms of its design, but hey, you can clearly see a theme to it. If you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no for Pretex and Barurik's medieval hoodie and pants. Yes. Then we have the Hater hoodie and pants. Get a good look at that. Yep, a bit further up close. Yep, okay. Some nice whites, some pinks on the side, some nice designs all around. Mostly white. Could it be helpful in the likes of snow environments? Potentially, maybe, possibly. It's up to you. Please consider voting yes or no for Legacy's Hater hoodie and pants. The Hater hoodie and pants. Yeah, you can see it in some lights and nighttime. Cool. So, best of luck to you. And then over to here, we do have ourselves a continuation to talk about. It's the version 2 of the UFO Hoodie and Pants. Earlier this year, we randomly saw the surprise of the UFO Tier 3 being accepted. There were attempts to continue it. There was a very goofy glow-in-the-dark custom SMG, which no longer exists, I think. But we also did see the Hoodie and Pants. Unfortunately, that wasn't accepted. Now, a lot of people look at this and think, oh, wow, cheap green camouflage. No, the coloration of that green, it stands out quite a lot. Not only like the grassy areas, but like the bushes and whatnot. You do stand out quite a lot, so it doesn't really blend in very nicely. I remember talking over this with the likes of Mr. Micro. Awkward, yeah, I know, I understand. But yeah, that was accepted at the very end of March. Like I said, no continuations. If you were to see a new core piece being accepted, yes, of course, you will still see that rise up in price. Ever so nice. Yes, 100%. 100%. When it comes to clothing and armor, but more specifically, core pieces, you will see a spike in demand, spike in price when new stuff's accepted. So, yeah, this is clothing and armor. There's a reason why I save clothing and armor for last, because by default, it's usually always a yes, we will definitely see a nice profit if we see more clothing and armor. So yeah, cool, understood, very nice, very cool. If you happen to like what you see here, if you really truly want to dress up as a alien, please consider voting yes or no for Mishka's UFO Hoodie and Pants version 2. Alright, so we got 2 continuations to talk about here. Let's get this over with. We've got some more Sand Rhino armor. We have the Roadsign gloves and of course the boots. Now I will confirm this 100%, yes, even with boots and gloves you do still see a nice spike in demand, spike in price for clothing and armor. And well, I should point this out, Sand Rhino Tier 3, the only armor that we've had accepted so far, has done perfectly fine. Like, it hasn't really gone insane in terms of going up in price, but it's managed to retain its value, it's managed to stay above its rush store price, it's doing great. It's basically the exact same colour scheme as Desert Raiders. That right there, the pair of that costs $6 for the Tier 3 armour. I go over to here, I look at Desert Raiders, and what do I see? Yeah, that Tier 3 right there, the combination of that costs $42. So it's not too much of a surprise that people probably think, I might want to save $36 and just buy Sand Rhino instead. So by default, Sand Rhino is doing perfectly fine as an investment. Like over the course of these next few weeks, I wouldn't be surprised if that by itself will rise up in price anyway. But to see the likes of the boots and gloves, if that were to be accepted, would that spike in demand, spike in price? Yes, of course. Do you remember not too long ago with the high quality metal stuff? We had the Tier 3, didn't we? Didn't see the hoodie and pants being accepted. Unfortunate. Didn't see Tier 2 being accepted. Unfortunate. But we did get boots and gloves accepted separately, which was very odd. But each time it happened, the high quality metal Tier 3 did spike in demand, and it did rise up price. Very nice, didn't it? Yeah. So with what we see here, this is looking like a perfectly fine thing to just consider investing into by default. Because not only will it still go up in demand and up in price around January time, but yes, with a continuation, whether it might be Tier 2 or the boots and gloves. Yes, things are looking very optimistic. Things are looking very good. So there's an opportunity right there. What are you going to do now that I've pointed it out to you? It's up to you. So things are looking very interesting. We'll see what happens next. If you happen to like what you see here with the boots and gloves, got the weird little humpy bits. I don't know what to call that. I don't want to say warts, but you can kind of understand what I'm trying to say there. And the weird toes. With toes. Yeah, please consider voting yes or no for Himmick and Sapesh's San Rhino boots and gloves. Very nice, very nice. And then, of course, immediately we have another core piece. Another pair of boots and gloves to talk about. This is part of the Tier 3 set that literally just came out. And like I said, I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if we saw continuations appearing immediately. So, Damascus Tier 3 armor. How are you currently holding up? Bare minimum over 10,000 sales for both of them. The face mask definitely seems to be a whole lot more popular. Yes. Same thing applies. If the boots and the gloves were to be accepted, this was still spike in demand, spike in price. Yes, that would still happen. That would still work. It basically happened with the likes of Hardsuit Collection. You know what? I guess we could go take a look at Hardsuit Collection right about now. How's that currently holding up? It's doing okay. What about the other pieces? It's gone down again. Awkward. Anyway, back over to here. So, yeah. Yes, we will still see a nice rise in price for the likes of that if we were to see boots and gloves. I just wouldn't really buy tons of... I wouldn't buy tons of this. Because, again, this is abnormal, right? This is abnormal. So we can still do the abnormal barters tomorrow. We can see how that turns out. And then you can make a decision whether it's okay to jump in and buy in or not. You've got to look at the barter support is what I'm saying. So let's leave that until tomorrow. We'll talk more about that. But things by default would be very nice if you were to see this and this. So if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no for Mr. Multi-Hat Boris and Marco's Damascus boots and gloves. Sorry, I stammered there. My apologies. What do we have over down here? We have the likes of a Kevlar Tier 3 set, a Drifter Tier 3 set, a Muscle Metal Tier 3 set, a Legacy Kevlar Tier 3 set, and an actual continuation. It's a bit loose, but it is a continuation. So, as we jump in, here we have the Kevlar face mask made by Demon and... is it Valve... Why does everybody keep asking... Why would you say Valve, pick me? Are you a CS creator? Probably. Alright, anyway, as you can see here, straightforward design, not too crazy, not too insane. If you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no for the likes of the Kevlar face mask and chestplate. Then we have the likes of the Drifter Tier 3 set over here. Have we got a good view? Right, okay then. This is made by Mr. Chillag. Looks a little bit goofy, looks a little bit crazy, but do you feel a little bit crazy inside? Do you like what you see here? Is this how you want to dress up? Is this how you want to roam the nights? I think it's supposed to be like an anarchy design. What's it on the back? I can see like an A there. Oh, it's an X. If it was an A, I could probably understand. But yeah, very cool, very straightforward there, Mr. Chillag. If you like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no for the Drifter Tier 3 armor. Then we have the Muscle Metal Tier 3 right here. It looks a bit freaky. Look at the face mask. What the hell? Arietta, look. I'm not hating. I'm not hating, but he does look goofy. I think the white, like, powder sort of appearance doesn't really help it that much. I'm not hating. It's like, I don't know. It is a bit odd, but hey, if you're a fan of that, if you like what you see here, if you appreciate the creative approach they took with this and whatnot, please consider voting yes or no for the Muscle Metal Tier 3 armor. Best of luck to you two. And then we have the Legacy Kevlar Tier 3 set. I guess it's supposed to be in reference to the upcoming Legacy content that's appearing. I don't remember having Legacy Kevlar. Is that way beyond my time? Probably. Am I crazy? Am I too old? Have I gone senile? I don't know. You tell me. Anyway. So we've got the Legacy Kevlar Tier 3 set. If you're a fan of that, if you're a fan of what Mr. Kosem has produced, please consider voting yes or no. And now we have the Apache Metal Tier 3. So this would be part of the Apache set for what it's called on the workshop. But if it were to be accepted in the Rust store, it'll probably be turned into Windwalker. Do you remember the Apache SAR? That was, of course, turned into Windwalker. Well, get a good look at this. So as you can see here, it definitely is an American Indian theme. Very nice, very cool. You made tier 2, not was it Hoodie Pants or something? Yeah. I think you're better off trying with like a poncho and whatnot. I think that would look very cool. Like, I think primitive skins would probably be like it would kind of work a fair bit better in terms of like the patchier designs and whatnot. With metal, it does look a little bit strange. I will give it that. I can see you trying to do your own type of like big grin here, which, you know, at the end of the day is pretty cool. But yeah, so get a good look at that. Please consider voting yes or no if you're a fan of that. Made by SMKSSS, Mark Duck, and of course IGWT Menace. I pronounced that weirdly. Let's just move on. So yeah, Windwalker SAR. This is the only skin that technically would be part of the collection that has already been accepted. And how's that holding up? Not looking very good. It's just slightly below $1. I'm the person with most of them, typical. But yeah, I definitely bought them with a cheaper buy order. So 97 cents. Unfortunately, not doing the best. And will everybody immediately remember that this is actually also a Windwalker skin? Yeah, I don't think everybody will make the connection that these are connected. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see that much investment. I'm not super confident in it, so I'm just going to avoid it. Awkward, I know, I already own a bunch, so I'm stuck anyway. But at the end of the day, look, listen, if you like what you see here, if you like the approach, if you like the designs, feel free to jump in, show your support, vote yes or no. If you like it really, you know, a lot more, please also consider offering a comment. And with that, that was all of the skins from this week. I think, I was a lot more efficient this week, a lot more straightforward. Once again, my apologies if you're another skin creator. If I don't really talk much about your skin, like I said, I'm here to talk about the financials. I'm here to look at these with the financial perspective. I'm not really a showcase. If I was a proper showcase, I'd be in game and look at them all in game and whatnot, wouldn't I? So I'm sure you can understand that. But at the end of the day, a nice look at all the newest skins. But from here and now, it very likely will be Christmas only for the next 2 or 3 weeks. So do be prepared for that. But of course, you've got to keep an eye on TGG's lists. I believe we will be seeing the Christmas stuff being prepared for next week. Keep an eye out for that. And of course, keep an eye on his videos. So yeah, keep an eye on all of that. Everything should be all nice and wrapped up. Now we should talk about the expected Twitch drops. Sorry for scratching my nose, it's getting worse. I've got to finish this, got to hurry up. Okay, so there was a change to this very recently. So like I mentioned earlier, I produced this video. Very nice, very cool. We looked at 26 skins here. We made a fuss about certain skins that very likely could have an impact on certain skins that are already on the market and whatnot. Blah, 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 blah. You get the idea. One of the skins in this collection wasn't actually a Twitch rival skin. It was the Collect Wooden Door. So yeah, all of these skins, from what you can see here, are expected to be the Twitch drops. This is, of course, a collection produced by TGG himself. Typically, that would mean this is the official list on the workshop at the very least. But yeah, the Collect Wood Door was not a Twitch rival skin. Apparently, it's for a future Twitch event, so keep an eye out for that. The Twitch Rivals rocket launcher actually replaced it. So that right there is the newest submission that we are aware of. So yeah, just wanted to keep you all informed of that. And yeah, the chances are these are definitely going to be the skins. So what's going on between December 11 to the 15th? Next month, we will be having Twitch Rivals for teams. 10 teams of 15 will be fighting it out to try and become the winner. Oh yes, oh nice, oh cool. So do be prepared for the likes of that. And I can point out, we are expecting another Twitch trophy to be given away. Oh yes, I don't think it's going to be marketable. If it is, oh god. Right. So with that, everything is looking pretty good there. So yeah, I think we're all wrapped up then. I think we're all good. So thank you very much for watching me today. I greatly appreciate it. If you have any concerns with how I approached everything, feel free to offer some feedback, comment below and whatnot. But yeah, I understand the videos are long. I'm trying my best to be quick, but the quicker I go, I mumble and stumble and it's a bit awkward, but I'm awkward regardless anyway. We have a lot of skins to talk about, and more specifically, we have a lot to talk about when we see those continuations. I do make a few mistakes. You saw a couple today, unfortunately, but I do try my best to make sure it's very efficient, or reasonably efficient, he says. All right. At the end of the day, hope you've been enjoying yourself. Next week, we'll be in December. Hopefully, we can start selling those Christmas-themed skins for a very nice profit, and we can all enjoy ourselves. Please enjoy your week. Keep an eye out for the newest Rust stores, and look forward to Christmas. I'll catch you all later. See you, goodbye.